Hello to all of the North Node signs out there. This is Samara, and welcome to Feminist Alchemist. I'm just doing this recording one introduction for all of the signs. Just seemed easier. So, welcome. These readings are for the North Node and only the North Node. I don't focus on any other placement. One day I'll give you the whole story as to why, one day not far from now. But yeah, so if you're not sure if your North Node is in the sign that you are watching now, then do check out the link in the description box to the Feminist Alchemist website, where there is a North Node chart, and you can look up your birthday and see where the North Node was on that day. If you are not very clear on what the North Node signifies in your chart, it is not really a planet or an object. It's a mathematical point, and it signifies your soul's direction, your soul's longing for fulfillment in this lifetime, what it would like to experience. I do have a short video also linked in the description box where you can see how my guides have described the North Node to me, at least back when I first started digging into this topic. Yes, so these are general readings. Not everything is going to resonate with you. So just take what strikes a chord, and the rest you can leave to whoever else in your North Node collective needs to hear that message at this time. Feel free to like and share this video. Do also subscribe to the Feminist Alchemist channel. It helps me connect with your energy more strongly for the purpose of these readings and other readings that I do as well. What else do you need to know? So this spread that I use has been given to me by my guides, and every North Node session has a different we start off the same, but there's always one special kind of wild card, I would call it. And for this year, for this 3-month time period from the summer solstice until 3 months from the summer solstice, so from June 21st to September 21st, we are looking at what I will ask what past life information, what past lives specifically are being brought back into your conscious awareness now in order to aid your spiritual development, your ascension, your soul's expansion. So let me run down all of the different sections of this reading. They will all be time-stamped in the description box below for you to easily navigate and come back to at any point in this 3-month window if you want to review any section. So section 1 is your universal energies, so the highest vibrational energies that they're all available to you right now, but these are the ones that are showing up most prominently for you to work with for your expansion. The second set of cards I pull are for your 5D self, higher self, future self, and messages that come from that source for what energies, parts of your life you should focus on for your highest good at this time. In the 3D, or the next set of cards is the 3D reality. That's what's showing up in your physical reality as opportunities for expansion at this time. Then I pull cards asking how to bridge your 3D reality with your 5D reality. What are the strategies that you can use to help you elevate your awareness, your consciousness, and ultimately improve your life in the next 3 months. The next set of cards I pull is the wild card. Wild cards, there's always 4 of them, 4 or more. And that, as I said, this time around has to do with what is being brought up from your soul's memories in order to be integrated into your current life. This could be your past lives. It could also be past experiences in this lifetime. And then I pull your final oracles, and that is it. I will say off, just as a little disclaimer, I am using this really awesome and very direct deck for your 3D this time. It's a tarot deck that has a lot more cards. It's called, well, I'm not really doing promo of decks, so yeah. but this particular deck, every card is unique. It has like 7 death cards in it. And I have actually only used it for myself up to now. So when I use it in this reading, I will have to sometimes refer to the book to even know which cards are which. For example, there's cards in there that don't really, show up in a normal deck. But yeah, this deck, well, when I use it, it gives me some very direct answers. It's not like it's mean. It's not a mean deck, but it's definitely blunt. It's a blunt deck, but for your highest good. So with that, I will let you now enjoy your reading, and I will see you again soon. Welcome, Capricorn North Node. I will start off by just giving you some key word sentences that came out through your pre-meditation as I pre-shuffled your cards. So the words that came out were doubt, routine, too much on your plate, inability to enjoy passions due to unaligned obligations, fear of change / the unknown, anxiety, where to go / what to do next, hesitation, fear of making the quote-unquote wrong choice. So if any of those keywords resonate with you, there may be something in this reading for you. If they don't resonate with you, you can still stick around and see if they start to become more clear. Yeah, so we'll just get started with your universal energies. So I'll get all 4 of these cards first, 4 or more. Oh crap. One just flew between the desk and the wall. I have to go grab that one, but let me get the last one before I do that. There we go. Okay, I got it. So we have Speak Your Truth, Light Body Guide, Intimacy, and New Directions. So what I'm getting from your opening energies, Capricorn North Node, is that in the next 3 months, you will be offered, or the energy is present for you to share your true ideas, your true values. So, I mean, we'll get into it as we go through the other cards as well, but I'm feeling here that it's about being able to speak your soul's wisdom and not caring about the judgment that may come from some people who may or may not be your people anymore. That's nothing negative. It just means growth. With Light Body Guide, I'm feeling that you are, with these two, they're showing me together all the purple in them. So I feel that there is a divine truth that you are connecting or already connected to, that you will be, the energies will be supportive of you speaking that and being that in the earthly realm. This will allow you to form deeper, more aligned relationships that also, they're showing me how the petals are unfolding, relationships that also allow you to become, or that help you to become. Some of these energies may be, I want to use the word triggering. They're telling me challenging. So you may be presented with close relations that challenge your point of view, but you'll also have the opportunity to build relationships or discover new levels of intimacy in your relationships, and people who are supportive. You may find some people who are also kind of stifling or hiding their true vibration. So this next 3 months is about you. New direction is about you using your energy differently, using your energy more authentically, standing in your truth, and that leading you down a path that is more, that allows you to be more of who you are, and allows that who you are to be more enjoyed, beneficial to your environment. Let's go on to the 5D. What messages does your higher self, 5D self, future self have for you in terms of advice of what to focus on in the next 3 months? Kindness. Surrender. Both heart chakra, portal of the heart energy. Intimacy. You have intimacy twice. Wow. Capricorn, North Node. Alchemy. Allowance. Delight. There's another one. There we go. All right, and expression. Wow, lots of 9s. So this stack that I'm using is 2 decks mixed together, which is why you can have the number 19 twice here. It's one from each deck. So this is 11, 12, 8, 8, 9, 19. Both add up to 10, 1 and 9, which adds up to 1. So, so what I was feeling when these first 2 cards came out, kindness and surrender, I feel that you may be in a job, relationship, or community that is not heart-led. Or even if some say that they're heart-led, they can be very cold. It can be very harsh. And this may be something that you're able to see and sense, but because the group mind believes that everyone is, already, let's say, loving and kind, you are not the one to point out that, there's certain things that people are doing that are not loving and kind. I'm getting, for some of you, you may care a lot about animals or about the environment, and you're around people in situations where they are very judgmental about that, or they're just completely, living in unawareness of of those aspects of life, aspects of existence. And I'm getting here that your higher self is saying that you can't help but be a kind and benevolent individual. They also don't want you to fight being a kind and benevolent individual, or to overthink. Surrender is asking you not to overthink what it is you are feeling. They want you to let go of any emotional control and allow your true feelings and true thoughts, your true, what's the word I'm looking for? They're saying true intellect. So your intellect is also very on point. You can tend to use it to talk your heart out of things, though. And this is about balancing, but allowing your ideas and feelings to be real and to speak them aloud or to live them. Intimacy here, they want you to look at your closest relationships and really assess whether or not you are being, whether or not it's a connection where you have truly allowed people in, where they really know you. This may also require you getting to know yourself more. But they're saying that it's also a matter of you assessing whether letting certain people in is a challenge because of their energy or because of yours. Like if it's something that you're protecting yourself from out of hesitation, or if you're truly just not aligned with that person or that situation, and so it's difficult for you to open yourself up to it. Because then we have alchemy, allowance, and delight. So what it is that you discover when you investigate your intimacy, you do have to, they are asking you to transform that energy into, so if it's disappointment at a relationship not being as beneficial, as rewarding, as balanced as you would like, then use that energy to define what a healthy, intimate relationship looks like to you. But you do have to allow people to be wherever they are in their journey and whoever they are at the moment, and believe them when they show you who it is that they believe themselves to be, right? And they're asking me to read this card. So the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So yeah, you allowing that truth to come to the surface. They're also showing me that this card is green. Like these two up here. So it's also about being true to what's in your heart. And if things are not resonating with you anymore within a certain construct, relationship or otherwise, then it's time for you to allow that to end or to change. At the same time, as you have intimacy on this side as well, it's like there is a part of this equation, once again, where you have to let people be who they are and not fight against them, and not let them being not who not being the perfect alignment for you energetically, not letting that stop you from being able to enjoy whatever they are, like whatever the two of you or the group of you are able to create in terms of joy and abundance are the words they're giving me. So I'm getting a heavy feeling of like family, right? Because families, for the most part, how can I put it? You have your ups and downs. And some of those things we can leave as grudges, but at the same time, I feel that even in the most stressful family circumstances, there's always little memories that you can find where you had that childlike, like you were able to be innocent and vulnerable and safe. For some of you, this may be harder to find than others. And if you can't find it looking back, find it in the moment, is what they're saying. And embody your ability to create happiness wherever you are, with whatever people you are mixing with. I'm getting a lot of interpersonal relationships, but not necessarily romantic ones. Because at the end of this, then we have expression. The frequency of expression supports our ability to bring out our true essence through many different forms of communication. So, yeah, speak your truth on this end, and you have expression. I have here, okay, so what I'm feeling is that there are situations that will arise in the next 3 months where let's call them conflict, clashing of opinions, clashing of values. You can always express yourself and still lean, like have the intention of getting along, if you will. And that doesn't mean you have to change your opinion, right? It's just about approaching the conversation without needing to be right? Allowing the other person to have their opinion and knowing that you can stand in your light without anyone else needing to approve of that, needing to validate that for you. And your ability to create strong, intimate bonds will be increased when you embrace or strengthen your ability to stand in your own truth and not need external validation to make your truth true. I hope that makes sense. So let's see what's happening in your 3D reality. Your physical reality to, sorry. Do you want this card? No, I'm going to shuffle. This one, I don't know which way is up or down, so I'm just going to, I don't know if it's in reverse. Put it there. So yes, what I was saying. What's happening in your 3D reality that's being offered as opportunities for expansion? Queen of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Eight of Wands and the Five of Cups. Okay. Oh, so yes, so this is the Five of Wands. Can't really tell if it is in reverse or not. I'm just going to take it as upright. And so, as I said, I feel a lot of difference of opinions. I feel like using the word conflict makes it automatically negative, and I don't necessarily feel that. I believe it can be negative depending on what energies are involved, and especially, once again, if you feel the need to control the situation or feel that others should think like you. then these differences of opinions can turn into conflict. But these differences of opinion are arising so that you stand more clearly, especially for yourself, more clearly in what your thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and values and ethics are. Like, what is your modus operandi? How do you go about life? What guides you through life? And what is true inside of your heart? Meaning that someone can't easily talk you out of it because it just feels right in your soul. These are the type of situations that will arise in the next 3 months. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel some questioning of whether or not what you're feeling is real or right. And I feel the Queen of Cups in reverse to also be warning you of being overrun by your emotions and letting your emotions get the better of you, especially in these disagreements. So being, like, I feel the energy of harsh words coming. Harsh words, what's the other word that came? Yeah, insults. Like these things really turning nasty. These disagreements really turning nasty. They have the potential to be, if you are being poked, if they're poking the bear, right? Poked in such a way, especially in places where if you just started expressing some deeper emotions, deeper beliefs, and you still feel a little bit vulnerable, then the tendency to want to defend your position, that's something that you'll have to look out for in the next 3 months. I am going to pull the advice cards after, but just from the 5D cards around it already, this is why they're asking you to be aware of what is it that you want to get out of this conversation. You know, let's already leave out being right. What is the next best thing, right? So, and to respect the people that you are speaking with, especially if they are, you know, have been in your life for a long time. They've served a purpose up to now. You've served each other up to now. And that is something to focus on. So they're showing me like you guys could 80% get along and there's just 20%. But the 20% is a very important 20% because it's a part of you that that's now blossoming, that needs a safe place to land. You may not get that. But that does not mean that they don't care for you. It's and this Page of Swords in reverse. It's also about like having this weapon that you don't quite yet know how to wield. So there's going to be situations coming up in the next 3 months where you have your values, you have these ideas, you have these feelings, ethics, soul promptings, and you are trying to move forward in the world with them, but you don't, there's some new way that you're moving through the world that is, you know, we affect our environment, we create our environment, that is bringing to you circumstances that you don't quite yet know how to deal with. And that's where we come to the 5 of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I feel you will be faced with quick decisions, quick and final decisions, because some of these conflicts, differences of opinion may be so profound that you'll have to decide whether or not you're going to continue in these intimate connections, whether or not these connections are a positive place for you to still be. And with the Five of Cups, I see, yes, there'll be people and situations that will fall away, and that will want to fall away. And you will have to make the choice as to, how long are you going to grieve? Are you going to grieve at all? How long are you going to grieve? How are you going to grieve, right? And are you going to let it get you down? It's okay for you to be down for a bit. But ultimately, this eight of Wands has this fire down here, and these two cups have fire in them. So it's like, are you going to stand true, firm in your direction forward and in your beliefs? Because new direction is down here. So are you going to stand firm in the direction that you want to go? I do feel that in the next 3 months, you will have times when you are looking at either side here. They just want you to make sure that you're looking at the new as often, if not, or at best more often, than you're looking at the old that is being ushered out. But let's look more specifically at what is being recommended for you in terms of bridging the 3D and the 5D. We have lotus flower unfoldment. Cave, sanctuary, and volcano volatility. Lake, stillness, and river movement. That is so interesting, the two of those together. And then mountain, strength. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck you have ancestors, generations. With unfoldment, I'm getting that in the next 3 months, when you're speaking to people and exchanging opinions and having differences of opinions, it's important for you to listen as much as you speak. Because by listening, you're allowing yourself to also feel how you feel about what the person is saying, as opposed to formulating arguments. Some of these discussions will turn out differently than how you would think. So that's the other part here. Go into these discussions. They're showing me it could be like with the shopkeeper, where you buy your, whatever you buy in the morning on your way to work, or, it could be at the convenience store. It could also be people who are, okay, they're showing me this way. It's not strangers, but it's people that they could be a part of your life and community in ways big and small. So it could be as much your best friend who is, you're out for brunch with. It could be your mother. It could also be, as I said, the shopkeeper where you buy your lotto tickets, right? And it's just, they want you to be observant. They want you to be observant and listen more than you speak. You should speak, but they want you to listen more than you speak. Because at this juncture, it is the most important person that needs to understand your values, motivations, ethics is you. Proving it to other people should not be on your list at this time. Knowing what's within yourself. Here we go to sanctuary and volatility. Sanctuary, I'm getting build this wealth of knowledge. Go into your knowledge pool for yourself first. And I'm hearing let it burn with volcano. Be aware of your temper as well. If you have a temper, be aware of your temper, and be aware if you're damaging situations, like burning bridges with your temper. Do be aware of that. A difference of opinions does not mean that you can never see eye to eye or work together or collaborate, right? It just means that maybe you have to consider how deeply that person can be involved in your life and how intimate once again, or by intimacy, how intimate your relationship is going to be. But at the same time, don't stifle your opinion for the sake of not having an argument. It's going to be, it's hard for me to even put this energy into words. It's just like, I feel like your voice wants to be more of an authority, but you can't be an authority until you are firm in your foundations. Number one. Number two, I feel a lot is going to be coming up that you're going to have to decide with this alchemy card down here and the volcano, that you're going to have to decide what you're going to do with the energy that comes up. With the energy inside of yourself and the energy that confronts you. Because I feel like there's been keeping the peace by not voicing your opinion. This is the energy I'm getting here. Keeping the peace by not sharing your opinion. And possibly there being a lack of support around you for you to explore where you want to go next. How you want this new chapter to look, what new direction you want to take. And as you firm up those ideas and plans for yourself, there are just going to be, there's going to be things shaken loose, things that don't align with where you're going. But you're going to be challenged to use that energy to somehow propel yourself forward and to make it more clear as to what you want. I'm not going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Minimize this. I feel that this energy is quite challenging, especially if you're not naturally, socially adept. This can feel like a lot of inner conflict. And this is what I'm getting with the river movement, lake stillness. I feel you will be building your discernment in a major way. And you'll be building your ability to navigate relationships with people in a major way in the next 3 months. If you allow this to be, your masterclass in human relations, then it will go a lot more smoothly. It will still be challenging, but you'll be able to receive more guidance from And your guidance system that they want you to tap into is your heart. I mean, you have light body guide coming in. There's always guides and benevolent beings and your ancestors there to help you out. Capricorn, every time I think of Capricorn, I just see a mountain goat on like a tiny piece of rock, high up on a mountain, a tiny piece of rock. And, you know, no one can really help this goat decide where to go next. The goat has to assess for itself where to go next. I mean, I don't know if mountain goats assist each other by calling out, like, hey, there's another little perch over here, try to get here, kind of thing. But even if that is the case, you have to understand that it has to be another mountain goat. You know, someone can't be standing at the bottom of the mountain and tell you that it's safe to go to the next step, or be able to see. They can only watch from the bottom and most of the time be scared that you're going to fall, right? Or be cheering you on, right? And in this case, they're asking you to know when to move and when to be still, when to listen, when to speak, when to rock the boat, when to leave people be. And they also tell me be aware of when people are receptive of your opinion and when people are not, right? This is the work of the Page of Swords, learning how to master that sword, that intellect, that communication. So this will be interesting for you. You'll also be challenged not to judge people based on what they think or feel or where they are in their evolution. You can relieve a lot of this. I feel like this delight and intimacy here, you can relieve a lot of this by sometimes engaging with people just for the pure fun of it. Like no politics talk, no spiritual talk, no who's the best basketball team, like, or even maybe that, but things that are just very, you know, superficiality or, you know, surface relationships do have their benefits, right? It's like, let's just enjoy what life has to offer us and not think too deeply about differences of opinion, differences in ethics, differences in spiritual belief. And let's just find a way to enjoy each other's presence and enjoy what life has to offer us. And the Strength card is saying, yes, you're going to have all of these feelings. And I feel that some of the things that are going to come up, you're going to feel very strongly about, very deeply about. And so the idea of needing to defend them is going to be challenging for you. It may make you angry, may make you remember times in the past where your voice was stifled, or, you know, you were ridiculed, embarrassed, things like this. But your challenge here is just to stand in the truth of your emotions and find different ways to express them. Some of them, you know, is not about you expressing them to people, you know, and because for some of these feelings that are going to come to the surface, there's really no one around you who can support you in them. So you may have to find other modes of expression in your life for yourself. Because as much as the universe is helping to build your light body, you have to put in some healing work for yourself as well. Being kind to yourself, being accepting of yourself, and honoring your values and ideals. Let's see what past life energy or past experiences in this life are coming to the surface to be integrated and assist. So we have 8 of Embers, Sleeping Ships, the Phoenix, and the 5 of Birds. Okay. And at the bottom, you have 5 of Trees. Okay, with the 8 of Embers, I feel I feel the energy of a lifetime where it felt that a lot was out of your control, that decisions were made for you. I even get something about like rumors. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I see. I see, that being fed to the lions, like having to go into a ring with a lion in a stadium. I see that. So this could be, for some of you, a lifetime where you are persecuted for your opinions, for your lifestyle, for your values, where the rest of society, like this is not the 7, this is the 8, right? But I'm just looking at these 2 people. I don't know if you see them in this tornado with all of these flames around. There was a force that you could not stop, and the force may have taken you, like engulfed you in whatever way you want to understand that. And for some of you, this is in a past life where it just felt like everything was moving forward without asking you. And you just had to go along with the ride for whatever reason. Maybe it was safety. This could be also escaping a regional conflict. That this lifetime or past lifetime, escaping some type of persecution for who you are, culturally, religiously, etc. Why is this being brought to the surface now? For healing, right? Because it's an energy that needs to be resolved. It was ready to be resolved. Because what this energy does to you in this lifetime, or this time and space, is it restricts you from speaking your truth. Sleeping ships. I get hermit energy from this. I get working with the dead. And with ancient cultures. Because what I'm getting from this card, it's like, okay, sleeping ships. It looks like all of these ships are just shipwrecked and they're dead and no one, they're not even usable anymore. But there's this energy of, they're not dead, they're sleeping, right? They're not dead, they're sleeping. And so in a past life, you may have been a medium. Or read energy from seemingly inanimate objects. If you could tap into someone's energy by holding an object, you may have helped people pass into through the underworld into the light. And why is this coming up in your life now? Because you have an ability to bring buried issues to light. And that doesn't mean that it's going to work out the way that you want it to work out, but it will work out for the highest good of everyone, like community-wise, highest good for everyone involved, which is also like a Capricorn energy of leadership. Creating foundations, being able to revive. And I feel this energy is going to be very useful to you because some of these relationships that may break down at this time are not going to be broken down forever. And your ability to let sleeping dogs lie and let time pass for things to heal and just stand in your light and kind of let people meet you where you're at is what's going to bring back relationships that may have faltered, bring them to a higher plane and into a new light. With the Phoenix, this celebration of having gone through the fire, it feels like a continuation of this lifetime where I said some of your relationships are going to come to new light. It will come because of your light. So you'll be reminded of times in this lifetime and past lifetimes that you have overcome some type of deep transformation, or, came out celebrating. Something seemed dire, but you ended up celebrating or were able to see the good in the situation. I mean, the other part of the Phoenix is that something has to die, right? And this is the 5 in this deck, the Phoenix, and that's the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. So you have 5 with intimacy and 5 here. I'm also getting shapeshifter energy with the Phoenix and someone very, very wise, very, very wise. But wisdom that comes through lifetimes of experience. So this could be indicative of you. Well, likely, even if it's a past life, it's still you, right? And this is coming to the surface to remind you that you can really overcome anything and start anew, and that it's actually a very natural process. Remember, you had the Ancestors card on the bottom of the deck as well, which for me is also indicative of the Hierophant. And believe it or not, you're going to find a way to enjoy this transformation, especially if you allow it in. You're going to find a way to, something about when you start really speaking and living your truth and releasing some of these unaligned obligations. Your obligations could be, like, they could be work obligations, they could be friendships, they could be contracts. Some of these you won't be able to skip over, right? You won't be able to just cancel them. You actually have to complete them, but some of them you're just going to get out of. But that process is going to bring about a feeling within you, or one or two key relationships, key connections that are going to bring you so much joy, and you will start to feel like you're on the right path. The universe is going to give you indications. Universe, your guides, will give you indications that you're on the right path. And the last card here, the Five of Birds. This is a life where the differences of opinions were to your detriment. And not just like as in this Eight of Embers where you stood for something and you were persecuted for it, but on a more personal level, like this is your need to be right ruined your relationships. quite like this is quite bluntly so, ruined your relationships, made you a difficult parent, made you a difficult boss. This is that type of energy. It's like arguing for arguing's sake, needing to be in control of everyone, needing everyone to think like you. They are bringing that to the surface so that you understand so that you can heal that, right? And that you understand that that is not going to work for you. You may end up in that energy every now and then with this whole reading that has happened, but you're at a stage in your life where you are choosing a new direction, which also means choosing, with your Five of Cups here, choosing whether you're going to look at the positives or the negatives. Look at where you disagree, or look at the places where you guys can work together. Okay, I'm pulling your final oracles. Okay. Which cards do you want? You got a lot of final oracles, so we're going to be here a little while. Okay. So all of the wonderful cards that came out for you. We have Storyteller, Tribal Spirit Dancer, Dream Traveler, and number 24, Stuck in the Mud. Okay. So I just read from the guidebook for these. And I've got 4 to read, so sit back, relax, and we'll see how these oracles tie up everything in a bow for us. Okay, the card meaning of Storyteller. Live larger than life. Make the most of every experience. You can choose the meaning that you give events. Find interpretations that empower you rather than diminish you. Be the storyteller and the hero of your own life. Give your personal story empowering meanings. Your native spirit wants you to know. Around the evening campfire, clan members always looked forward to the storyteller recounting events of the daily happenings of the tribe. Even the most mundane event took on a vibrancy in the expert hands of an experienced storyteller. The storyteller card chose you to remind you to be the champion of your own personal myth. Be the central character. Don't live life according to the needs and expectations of others. Don't be a bit player in your own story. And next, Tribal Spirit Dancer. The card meaning here is let go, say yes to life, be daring, dance to your heart's desire, unfurl your wings and fly, Cast aside conventions and restrictions. Tune in to the rhythm of life. Laugh, explore. Go beyond your predictable behavior. Sometimes life is messy and chaotic, and that's okay. Leave the dishes, run outside in the sprinklers. Your native spirit wants you to know you're on the planet to be free. You don't always need to meet the expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step into your extraordinary self. Of course, there are times to live an ordinary life, but there are also times to joyously fling your arms to the heavens and dance. Choose life on your terms. Clear out mental and emotional clutter. Move beyond those situations that you have outgrown. Don't accept the rules you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. This is your time. Don't delay listening to the rhythm of your heart and following your dreams. Then we have Dream Traveler. Okay, the card meaning here, you are a channel for spirit. Trust your intuition, hunches, and gut reactions. This is a visionary card with the message that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always seem like it. Your higher self and spirit guides, ancestors and guardians are watching over you and supporting you. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are a dreamer in the most wondrous definition of the word. Your native spirit wants you to know. In earth-based tribal traditions, people looked to those unique individuals who had the ability to journey during their nocturnal dreams to bring back wisdom and guidance for the tribe. The dreamers were able to step through sacred portals in the night and commune with those on the other side. You carry the energy of the visionary, healer, and seer. Watch your dreams. Messages from the Creator are flowing to you. I hope I'm not going too fast. But last but not least, I'm just letting, you guys kind of resonate with the final messages, however it wraps things up for you. I don't want to overinterpret. Stuck in the mud, you're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Being stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to even muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. Ta-da! Capricorn North Node, I hope that was helpful for you. I do wish you all the best for the next 3 months, and we will see each other again. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.